Good morning, friends, and welcome. Let's start with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, Guru Preceptors, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Laidima Shaya, Swami Shri Yukteswarji, beloved Master Paramahansa Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. We ask thy blessings and thy presence in our hearts as we open ourselves to receive thee ever more fully. Come to us now and come to us always. We are thy children. Bless us. Om Shanti Shanti. Welcome, friends. Today's topic is even a moment in the company of a saint. We'll start with the song sung by Swamiji, and then we'll have a clip of a video of Swamiji talking on this topic. Welcome to everybody again.
The green summer fade and winter draw near. My Lord, in your presence I live without fear. Through tempest, through snows, through turbulent tide, the touch of your hand is my strength and my guide. I ask for no riches that death can destroy. I crave only thee, your love and your joy. I ask for no riches that death can destroy. I crave only thee, your love and your joy. The dancers will pass, the singing must end. I welcome the darkness with you for my friend.
But the thing is that Master always talked to our souls. And yes, it takes a long time, but he said, don't focus on this personality. And I understood what he meant. I'm so happy that he could correct me. Many people, when you make a mistake, you sort of, I hope God didn't see that. I wanted him to see me. I wanted him to know everything about me. And this focus on personality, it was a struggle for me to understand, because in a way he's not at all a personality. He's the infinite consciousness come in that form. But he taught me a lesson that way too. One time I was sitting half the distance between me and Jyotish. I was standing and he was that close to me, or even closer. And I was standing there looking at him and thinking, but he's not this person, he's everywhere. And he came over and gave me an apple with a little twinkle in his eye, because he wanted me to understand that he's also a person. He's not a non-person. It's through his humanity that we can understand how we should be. It's through his humanity that we can understand those aspects of God that will mean something to us. And so the personality of the Guru, it's not based on likes and dislikes. It's not based on attachments and self-definition or anything like that. Nonetheless, that as Arjuna, when he was with Krishna, in the 11th chapter, he had that vision of the cosmic vision of Krishna, and it describes him as having 1,000 feet and 1,000 heads and so on. And people have tried to draw images of this which are perfectly ridiculous. What it meant is simply that the divine consciousness is in all bodies, in all minds, in all everything. But that infinite consciousness does take on a personality. And Arjuna, after that experience, he said, "Show me yourself in your own human form. I long to see that again." And this is the relationship of disciple and guru. It's both human and non-human. And the human has to be sanctified. You don't get rid of human love by hating it. You get rid of it by purifying it, by seeing it in its highest octave. And to me, the highest octave of human love is the love of disciple and guru. And that unconditional love that he gave me, that he gives to all of us in a sense, but when he gives that promise, it's something special. It means that I'll hang on to you until you find what you're looking for, you find God. But what greater promise could there be? Shankaracharya said, the Adi Shankaracharya, that in all the three worlds, causal, astral, physical, the greatest possible blessing is to have a true guru.
I'd like to start with a brief reading from Autobiography of a Yogi. These are Master's words. I always thrilled at the touch of Sri Yukteswar's holy feet. Yogis teach that a disciple is spiritually magnetized by reverent contact with the master. A subtle current is generated. The devotee's undesirable habit mechanisms in the brain are often cauterized. The groove of his worldly tendencies beneficially disturbed. Momentarily at least, he may find the secret veils of Maya lifting and glimpsing the reality of bliss. My whole body responded with a liberating glow whenever I knelt in the Indian fashion before my guru. This is a very deep topic and a very important one for us as disciples to realize that that reverent contact with the master, with our guru, should be all the time. The heart should be open, our consciousness should be uplifted, our energy strong, our magnetism strong, to be able to draw the deep blessings that change your consciousness, that change your karma, that uplift you into super consciousness and ultimately into cosmic consciousness. This is the true darshan, the true blessing of the moment in the company of a great master. And surely there are saints and masters, but we have our own. And that touch of liberation comes from the guru himself and to the disciple. I thought of this topic today because of the Kumbh Mela that's happening and so many people going. And surely from there and from other places and other people, the blessings of God through great souls come to this earth. They come to those who are open. They come to true devotees. They come to the disciples as much as we are open to them. And why are we want to be with uplifting people, saints, masters? Our whole vibration, our karma, our energy level, everything about us is changed and we're uplifted. Master told two disciples, both millionaires, to come and see him often, to come to meet with him. The Master said one came all the time, that was Rajasi, and he spent as much time as he could with Master, and the other hardly ever came to see the Guru. Now that's seeing the Guru outwardly, but also the true visitation is in your heart and soul. The true meeting is inside. The other didn't come, and he must not have been linked deeply with the Guru, because that obviously didn't happen on the inside either. But Master said of this second person that he's bogging down. He doesn't know why, but it's because he never comes. Wow. He never was open to receiving the blessings of the Guru. And the blessing of God through the Guru is the highest satsang. And I remember being with Swamiji in his presence, who was the channel of Master for us. And the inspiration, the vibrations, Master's love, the power flowing through him came to us no matter what we were doing. You always felt you were in the presence of a great one who was channeling God and the masters to you. He could have been giving a satsang, a lecture to 300, 400 people, and you were there. It could be that you were taking a walk with him. Maybe he was talking to you personally. Maybe he was reading a humorous story, P.G. Woodhouse. Maybe you were at dinner. Maybe you were shopping with him. But you always knew that a vibration of upliftment, of consciousness, of the power of change of the Guru was always flowing through him. Thus, your desires, your attachments, or wrong ways of thinking, wrong attitudes, wrong habits. Now, I'm talking about the past, but I'm also talking about now and the future, that link with the Guru directly through Swamiji. Swamiji is our link to Master, brings that power, brings the darshan of the Guru. Where do we receive the blessings? We receive them at satsang, at these kinds of online programs that we have. We receive them, the blessings of the Gurus, at Kriya. We feel their blessings then at discipleship initiation, at a kirtan, maybe during seva, at pilgrimages that we go to. We feel the blessings of the masters, and also the other pilgrimage spots of our gurus in Varanasi. When we go to Lahiri Mahashayaji's house, at the Tulsi Bose Shrine, when we go to Master's home in Kolkata. I was just there with the group celebrating Master's birthday. When we go to Babaji's cave, we feel the blessings. And so, and of course, in your own temple, at your own home, if you're deep enough, you can feel and draw the blessings. Another wonderful place of pilgrimage that we've created from the devotion of the devotees and Master's visits there, and Swamiji living there, is Ananda Village. I hope many of you will go when we have Swamiji's 100th year birth anniversary in 2026. It's holy ground. People go hither and yon, but how many people can make it to Ananda Village and receive the blessings there? Or also you receive the blessings directly from the masters. But there has to be a receptivity. I was remembering a story of Master who a man came to him and had a long list of questions. And Master, the first question, now the man, maybe he didn't, but he should have come for a blessing or the grace or inspiration or upliftment. But he was too intellectual. And as Swamiji said of himself, he was too intellectual. And Master said, you must get devotion. There's going to be a long, dry path ahead of you. So anyway, this man asked his first question, and Master just nicely said, love God. And he asked his second question. Master just said, no, love God. And it went on like that. Finally, Master said, love God, and he walked out. Now, that's an interesting story because the man didn't really get anything because he wasn't open. He wasn't open to the blessings that were flowing. And I saw Swamiji with a man like that here in India, in Delhi, who came to visit. And he had a long list of questions. And he asked the questions Swamiji tried to answer. And then the man wasn't open at all. He just kept talking. And now, what about this? He wasn't even listening. And the next question, and the next question, and the next question. And then by the end, he just, he felt he didn't get anything. But those of us who were there knew that he didn't open himself and he didn't give anything. The heart must be open. You must be receptive. As Master told Dr. Lewis, he asked him, will you love me always as I will love you? And Dr. Lewis said he didn't know what to say, but he knew he had to be more open. And then he said, I said yes, because you see, his darshan was this. You see, I could feel the love. So Master poured his love into Dr. Lewis. And this is something we have to realize, that there's an outpouring of love, of blessings, of joy, of grace, of Shakti, of power that's coming from the Guru, coming from the Gurus. And Master said, to those who think me near, I will be near. And anyone who calls to Babaji, Lahiri Mahashayaji said, will receive an instantaneous blessing from a distance. We have to remember these promises. And as Lahiri Mahashayaji said, I'm with all those who practice Kriya, meaning you have to have that openness and contact with him to receive the blessings. So what happens in the presence of a master? Master would quote this often from the Bible. To all those who received him, he gave them the power to become the sons of God. He gave them the power to change. And I remember with Swamiji said that when he was with Master, that he would meditate with him and he would feel his spiritual eye open. He would feel like he was going, Swamiji going through the spiritual eye, uplifted in the light. His problems would melt away. That sometimes he had problems for years, but meditating with the Guru, and us now meditating on the Guru and with the Guru, he said that those problems went away. So what happens in the presence of a master? You get changed. You don't even know what's really going on, but the karma changes, attitudes change, habits change. And I was thinking about the fantastic stories from Autobiography of a Yogi. I mean, how can you not believe with all those different wonderful, miraculous stories from there of how the blessings of the gurus change the disciples. One was of Lahiri Mahashaya, where Swami Sri Yukteswarji went to him and he said he was ailing. You likely know the story. And nothing would help him. And so his guru said, yes, you think you are ill. And so now you are ill. And so then they went back and forth with him a few times. And going back home, he says, now you are well. He says, yes, I'm well. He comes back. I feel wonderful now. Back and forth, back and forth. And then one day he comes, he says, Master, I'm not well again. He says, yes, you've made yourself unwell. Now, what does that really mean? He disconnected himself from that power of God, from the gurus. And so so then he says, Sri Chesraji says, what do you think? And he was much younger at that time. And he said, do you mean if I think I'm well, I will be well? I have lost many pounds. Will I gain that weight again? And his guru says, it is so. Even at this moment, even a moment, So even at this moment, it is so. And Sri Yukteswar, he regained his health, and in that moment, in the presence of his guru, he also regained his weight. Amazing. It's a miraculous story in the presence of his guru, and he regained the weight. He gained 50 pounds in one day. That's an incredible story. He went home and his mother said, "Son, what has happened? Are you suffering from dropsy?" And he said, many people became Lahiri Mahashayaji's disciples after that miracle. And you know the story of Master healed by just the sight. His mother, he had cholera as a boy, and his mother, Asiatic cholera, and his mother said, just bow mentally to him. He will heal you. Just bow before the picture. And Mukunda just put his head against the picture, and he was healed. We have to remember these beautiful stories. And then the one of Rama, who was raised from the dead. This is an incredible story of, from a distance, Lahiri Mahashayaji raised him from the dead. Christ raised Lazarus from the dead. And then the story of Master was with, I don't know if I told this story, such a beautiful story of Tulsi Bose's friend and his friend's wife. And Master was meditating with Tulsi and this other friend and some, maybe not that friend, but some others. And this friend rushes in and he says, "Please come, come." I believe it was in Serampore. Come, my wife is dying. And they go, and there are a lot of people in the house and in the room where the woman is, and Master tells them all to leave. And he goes into the room. It's such an amazing story. And he stays there for 45 minutes with the woman. This is in the stories of Hare Krishna Ghosh. He stays in there, and then in 45 minutes, he comes out of the room, and the woman is coming with him. I mean, she died, not, she wasn't dying, she died. And Master brought her back to life. And what an incredible story. Swamiji said he asked Master, "Did you bring her back to life because Tulsi was your friend?" And Master said, "Oh, no, I do whatever Divine Mother tells me." It's such a beautiful story. And so how do we receive the blessings? One, by seeing the gurus. Master said when he came back in 1935 and he went to see his guru, Swami Sri Yukteswarji was at the top of the stairs, and Master was seeing him after 15 years. And Master said, "His love overwhelmed me." And they met with tears in their eyes. So just seeing the guru, even the photograph, as I said earlier, is healing. And then from the touch of the guru, like when Swamiji would bless us, we knew it was Master blessing us through him. And when he would give us Kriya, give us discipleship and Kriya, and that blessing is still flowing from those who were blessed by Swamiji. And Swamiji said that he went to Master and he kneeled before him and said, "I want to be your disciple." And Master placed his finger on Swamiji's heart and it vibrated, he said, for about 2 minutes. And he said, "I didn't really feel anything, but from that moment, I was completely changed." We have to know, you don't have to look for the signs all the time, that change is there. And I said from a photograph, but there's a beautiful story of this, that this lady's disciples of Lady Mahashaya were reading I believe it was a Bhagavad Gita one day at one of them's homes, and there was a storm that came, and there was lightning and all, and the lightning hit the table, but it didn't bother disturb at all or touch the ladies, because Lahiri Mahashaya had said, "If you deem this a photograph, that's all it will be." but if you deem it a protection, that's what it will be, and it protected them. Of course, also touching one's holy feet, being in their presence. And then I'll end with a couple of very interesting stories that I found just recently. One was of a Black man who was on a train. Master was on the train too, and Master walked by, and this man was drinking alcohol, and he was playing cards. And Master walked by, and he felt an attraction to the man. He thought that I know him from another life. But Master kept walking, and he wondered, why is he drinking and playing cards? He shouldn't be doing that. And so when Master walked back by the other way, passing the man again, he said to him, the man said, "Oh, can I talk with you?" So he felt Master must have given him a blessing, because the man said, can I talk with you? And Master said yes. And so they talked for about an hour. And then after that, the man was completely changed, and he stopped drinking. He didn't play cards. Whatever his life was like was maybe worse than that, and he didn't do it anymore. And Master had him welcome him or greet him or announce his presence at one talk. And he said the man he just sobbed, and he said, the best time of my life was when I was in the presence of Swami Yogananda for one whole hour. My life completely changed. And one other amazing story, this is a short one as well, is this woman came to Master and she said, "Oh, I have a heart condition, and the doctors, no doctor can help me." And Master knew everybody's thoughts, and he had 100% intuition. So he looked at her and he said, "You don't have a heart problem. You're heartbroken from a love affair that you had that ended sadly. Isn't it so?" And the lady said, "Well, how did you know that?" He says, "Because I know that. Isn't it so? You don't have a heart problem. You have to let go of that relationship. That man is with somebody else." I just love the way he was with people. And he said, "Drop it." And the lady said, "Well, I'll try. I'll try." He said, "Don't try, drop it. It's over." And he shouted at her. And a little while later, he's met her again, and she said, "You were right. My heart's fine now. I didn't have any heart problem. It was all about that man, and I dropped it." Amazing stories. You've got to really believe when you hear these stories of the power of the darshan, of the moment, of the time, let's face it, of the lifetimes we have and we have had with these great souls, our gurus. God bless you. And I'll ask Nitindra to come on screen now.
Thank you so much, Danaji, for the wonderful sharing. We have a few questions. First one, Dhyanaji, is does serving the guru or being physically present with the guru have a different impact than perhaps doing their techniques or reading their books?
I think you need all of it. I mean, we have so many things. Try to add everything. Like now we have a new sharing the teachings going, and we're studying the Samadhi poem, not memorizing, but just try to feel that that's who you are. We're doing the super conscious living exercises every day. We're doing an affirmation every day. We're doing this, so try everything. And some things will draw you more, some won't. But it all adds up to freedom. You need to just really put the effort in. And if you can do that, you'll find that I think everything helps to a great, great degree.
Thank you, Danaji. The next one, Danaji, is being present or being in their company sufficient, or do I have to do something to draw more from the saints? And more so, why is it that some disciples gain more from their presence and others gain less?
Well, there was that woman who's told Master, disciple, "I don't feel as much as the other disciples do." And he said, "If you shut the door, how can I come in?" Isn't that the point? That people don't they don't actively, dynamically, with willpower and openness and love and magnetism and energy, draw the guru's presence. And they expect something to happen. And I remember someone told me recently about somebody that they saw who's on the path. And he said, one of the senior acharyas, he said, they don't have any light. And that's not good. Where's the light coming from? It's coming from your efforts, yes, 25%, but that 75%, you got to be drawing that every day, all the time. Whatever you can do energization and kriya and serving and talking to the guru and reading a book. I mean, it's like 100%. You've got to be pouring it into yourself, or you don't have any light. Wow, that's not good. You should be brilliant. Be an example of master and his teachings. Why did they come? They didn't come for us to say, well, you're great. They came to say, look at yourself. Become great in yourself. Become free in yourself. Become one with God in yourself. A tiny bubble of laughter. I love that line. I am become the sea of mirth itself. What are we here for? We're not here to look better physically, to be healthy all the time. Try your best, but for God's sake, try to get out of the body, get out of your thoughts, become free yourself. That's what darshan is really about. The touch of the guru, the blessing of the guru to help you to become free. That's what it's all about.
Thank you, Dan. Just one last question, Danaji. So, in your own life, how did you benefit from the presence of Swamiji? And perhaps, if you would share, how did Swamiji benefit by being in presence of the master? And did everyone around them benefit equally?
I think I answered about Swamiji. He would sit with Master and then he was just drawing Master's power to change himself. I mean, he must have had that deep relationship. Not must have, he did. We all did. Not all, but I certainly feel I did with the gurus. So it wasn't a first time thing. And when I was with Swamiji, at the beginning, I was kind of lukewarm. I was always intense, but I didn't really know what was all going on. It seemed new to me, and energization, meditation. It was like, why do we have to do that? It was like a rebellious energy. I think I'm speaking for a lot of people.
Mhm.
And then, what drew me in? Love. I felt love coming from Swamiji, and I know it was from God and Guru. He drew us in through who he was, not what he said. He could have talked on any topic. We didn't care. He didn't even need to talk. He could have been in silence. We felt a powerful flow of love, good divine love flowing from him that changed our consciousness and got us on the path. And that love is still flowing. So, someone asked a question, I'll end with this, at a satsang some time back about discipline. And I said, gee, just to talk about discipline all the time, it's no fun. If you talk about joy and love, if you love something, you want to do it, isn't it? You do your exercises, your runs and everything because you love it. I play music because I love it. I meditate because I love it. I've learned to love it. You understand? I feel the joy, so I've learned to love it. So I would say try to, with this chants or with reading or whatever, put it around your sadhana so that you learn to love it. And then you just go with it, just like the wind in a sail. And then you just go. So if you're trying, I gotta do this, I gotta. I said, where's the joy? I mean, I don't see any joyful face on that face over there. So make it joyful, make it loving. Be with others who are joyful and who are loving. You'll find that the wind comes in your sail and then you really start going. That's what happened with us, with Swamiji. The wind hit the sail, we were gone. But it started with the heart. with him pouring Master's love into every person who was there. Some were more open, some weren't as open. As much as you were open, that's how much you received. God bless you all. Thank you, Nitindra. Bye-bye, everybody.